Welcome back to Real Estate 101, and today we're going to talk a little bit about renovating kitchens, and I'm pleased to be joined once again by Daniel Ott of Artisan Contracting. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So Dan, tell me, what is your favorite renovation project?
By far, it's kitchens.
Kitchens, and why is that?
Kitchens are the most lived-in room of the house. It's the place where most people congregate, but most importantly, at the completion of a project, it has the biggest wow factor.
Okay, and would you say that kitchens are by far the best investment people can make?
As far as major renovations are concerned, kitchens have the highest return on investment. Recent studies have actually shown that kitchens have an average return on investment of 130%.
130%. So tell me, over the last 15 years, statistics have showed that there's a common trend, this open concept. Well, why is that?
We already talked about how the kitchen is the most lived-in room. People tend to congregate there. More people means more space.
Right.
Homes built in the 50s and 60s or earlier don't have the space for all the people that we're trying to get in there these days. So we take down walls, usually between the kitchen and the dining room, or the kitchen and the living room, or even both. And it makes the kitchen much more a part of the rest of the space of the house.
Right. Now, are there any other trends that you're seeing in your line of work?
Yeah, and going along with the open concept trend, a lot of things have to be thought of differently than before as well. If you take out all the walls, all of a sudden you're really part of the kitchen. But you don't want people to be in the space where whoever's in the kitchen is actually working.
Right.
So a big thing is islands. Islands still separate that space, and they give a spot for those people to stop. So we often put bar stools there so that they have a spot to stop and sit down and they don't have that urge to come into the kitchen space. Another thing that comes into play is because of all the extra space that we have that the kitchen takes up, there's a lot more room to do things in. So way back when, designs were based around the work triangle, which is your stove, your sink, and your fridge. So you can get the food, you can wash it, you can cook it. Now, there's too much space to just have that one triangle, and you'd have too much extra cabinetry just going everywhere with nothing to do. So we talk about workstations. So an ideal kitchen will have a prep station, which includes the fridge, a large countertop to prep on, and a second sink to, say, wash your vegetables on. Then you go on to the cooking station, and that has your stove, your ovens, your microwave, and also more countertop space to put that stuff on.
Right.
And when everything's done, you have the cleaning station, which includes your main sink, a dishwasher, and the spots where you're going to put the clean dishes afterwards.
So let's talk, you brought up countertops. Let's talk about that for a second. In your opinion, what are the best, or what would you recommend as an ideal countertop for a really good kitchen?
It really depends on your situation. The most cost-effective countertop is laminates, and laminates have come a long way in the last 10 years. They're a lot more durable, they have texture to them now, and a lot of the colors, they can mimic granite. Obviously, once you get close to it, it's not.
It's not, right.
Ideal countertop to me, though, is quartz. Quartz and granite are kind of in the same era of, or the same range of high end, and in between that would be your solid surfaces such as corian. But quartz is that much better because of the hygiene issues. And a lot of the colors over the last few years in the quartz have mimicked the granite colors, just because that has always been their biggest competitor.
Let's talk about cabinetry, because I think that plays a big role when it comes to kitchens. What's your opinion on that?
It does. It's the skeletal background, the skeletal backbone of the kitchen. Yet a lot of people overlook it, and they don't think about it until I bring it up. But there's a lot of decisions to be made with your cabinetry, such as, is it painted or stained? Is it standard or custom? And if you're going to do custom, look for a cabinet maker who does face frame cabinetry, which is a dying art. Basically, it's going to last a lot longer for you.
Right.
Other things are functionality. Drawers, pull-out drawers, have a lot more functionality than swinging doors. but they obviously cost more.
Right.
So then it comes in, are you selling the house, or did you just buy it and you're making your dream?
So with so much information that you've talked about today in regards to kitchens, you know, it sounds a little daunting for homeowners. How does Artisan help them come up with a plan for their kitchen?
There's a lot of decisions to be made, it is true. But we try to help people with those decisions to make them in an orderly fashion and to get them done on time. A big part about our business is doing the designs beforehand. And with the designs comes a lot of those decisions made already. And as soon as the contract is signed, the next meeting is to bring the cabinet maker in, and we make a whole bunch more decisions the very next day. Then there's not too many decisions left to be made, and we make sure that those get out of the way before the project starts. Because once a project starts, their head is already filled with all kinds of other information and things that they just can't think straight with. So if we can get all those decisions made beforehand, they're going to be much more stress-free.
Now, if you can give homeowners one last piece of advice when it comes to their kitchens, what would that be?
Be prepared. It's your project. Don't let someone walk all over it and tell you how it should be done. Have clippings from magazines or pictures of other people's kitchens, things that you like. But on the same token, the experts have a lot of advice, so don't neglect it.
Right.
Overall though, have fun.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's right, you're building your dream home.
That's right.
All right, Dan, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You brought a lot of good information, and looking forward to seeing you next month again when we talk about our next topics.
Sounds good.
If anybody has any more questions or needs some design information or a quote, they can get in contact with Daniel Ott of Artisan Contracting. Thanks for watching. I'm Joe Terceira, and we'll see you next time.